I am
confident.
I am worthy enough and capable. I am a founder. Yes, yes. It's okay to be afraid, but the thing that is not okay is to let it have you.
But we aren't supposed to be independent. We're supposed to be dependent on one another to be able to grow.
Like, slow progress is still progress. We see people post these big numbers and we feel like, geez, I only got $5. I should, like, that's not enough to really put towards my savings account. That's not true.
Life in business is about serving. You have a business, you make money, but you service. You service the nastiest customer that come in.
You have to dig into yourself. You have to know yourself well enough to know, all right, I need to make these changes for myself.
Some of us are also not taking responsibility and accountability for the route that we want to take in our own lives.
What was holding you back? What was stopping you? There was negative words on that sheet. I want this to be so positive.
Hello everyone, my name is Khalia Deborah. I'm the founder of the Dreams to Founder nonprofit organization, as well as the founder of Khalia Deborah Coaching. I'm excited to be speaking to you today and to be bringing you the 2020 Dreams to Founder Scale Your Life webinar, alongside of an amazing woman that you will hear from shortly. If you are a part of the Dreams to Founder community, you probably have realized by now that this weekend would have been our second annual Dreams to Founder conference. Last year, we sold out and had such an amazing, impactful time at the University of Pennsylvania. Our conference is a time where we get to invite some industry leaders in. We get to teach our community about different topics and different ways that you can elevate your life and your business to get to that next level and keep pushing through life with the support system that you may need backing you up. Well, this year, we have decided to take a different approach due to the 2020 roller coaster that we have all been on all together. From the COVID-19 pandemic that we thought would only last a few weeks, but here we are in the 5th month, all the way down to the uprising of our Black communities, tired of the social and racial injustice that has been plaguing our communities for a long time. And frankly, we're just tired and we're taking back the block. So it's a lot that's been going on. And our initial theme of the conference was to rehab and refund dreams. And we really wanted to help people to take back the dreams from their doubt. You know, this pandemic and everything that's going on has really caused a lot of people to have doubt on those amazing dreams that they once had. People are retreating to fear, you know, letting anxiety take over their life and just forgetting about who they are, what they have to offer, and that they can actually get through this and that they can do it. And I know that some tough things have been happening. People have been losing their jobs. They've been furloughed, but they still have to keep up their family. They still have to feed themselves. They still have to get through life. So our initial conference this year was really going to be helping people to recover and helping them to push through. However, after standing beside some people that had some just, you know, unfortunate stories, they have gotten offered the shorter stick of this whole pandemic, listening to what they're going through, helping them, serving them. I mean, we've bought groceries for people's families. We've been there for people to kind of help them through the most toughest time that some people have ever experienced in their lives. We've been standing beside people, offering them free life coaching. We've been helping people do little things to keep their dreams alive and to keep their spirits high. You know, we've been serving and giving whatever we have to give in this organization. And after hearing where people were in their lives, we decided that not everybody is in recovery mode. Everyone is not recovering. People are still going through the fire. And as we can see, every month presents a new trial that this storm has. You know, so people are still going through the fire and still trying to predict, okay, what's the next thing that's about to come? Are we going to get hit with a wave? You know, how do I maneuver at home teaching? How do I maneuver working from home, try to take care of the kids and give them the attention that they need, while also trying to be the employee that my job needs me and expects me to be? How do I balance and manage all of this and still try to make sure that we have a roof over our head, we have groceries in the house? You know, jobs are unpredictable at this point. You don't know what's going to happen. How do I do all of this? No one's really in recovery mode right now. We're just trying to figure out how to get through the next phase of this storm. So we had to adjust, because I know that there are tons of organizations and people out there, you know, continuously pushing their agenda, pushing their content with what they think people need to know and what they think people need to learn right now. But myself, along with the board of directors of the Dreams to Founder organization, we had to make a decision to adjust and pivot our agenda. Yes, we want you guys to, you know, take in all of the content and all of the amazing things that we originally had planned to present to you guys at the conference. But we understand that all of that stuff is null and void if your life right now, if you're not in a space to really take that in and be able to implement it. You know, if your mind is bogged down with the worry and anxiety, it doesn't matter how much we, you know, get out there and pour all this content and bring all these speakers into you. If your mindset's not in a place to really take it in and implement it, it's pointless. So instead of pushing our own agenda, we decided to focus on you. We decided to focus on what the community needed right now. So yes, we can teach about budgets, we can teach about investing, we can teach about what you should and should not be doing with your money right now and the positive financial habits you should be making. But we still have people filled with anxiety because they lost their job and they only have $5 in their account, but they have to feed a whole family. You know, we still have people that have to secure a job by a certain time to even stay here. You know, we have people not knowing where the heck they're going to get their next dollar from. So again, teaching them about budgeting and investing is null and void when they have different stresses and worries right now. And there's a lot more people out there, especially in our community, that's dealing with that need that kind of help and focus right now. And yes, as a business coach, guys, I could tell you how to start your business. I could tell you how to take that idea, make it into a reality. I can give you all the tips and tricks that I have up my sleeve. But if you're not right up here, if you're not right in here, if you have so much going on, you're not in the right space to even handle it. You're not in the right space to even step out there and tackle this thing. You're not in the right space to start something out, go in the world, and handle what the world may throw your way as you're starting a new business, as you're taking your idea and that dream and presenting it to the world that might chop it up. You know, so you have to be ready internally. You have to be ready mentally. You have to be strong and self-aware within yourself before you step out into that world and do certain things. And right now, everyone's not there because this world has this pandemic. You know, everything going on in the world has really shaken us up. You know, and not everybody's there. And that's okay. And that is okay because you have every right to be at the spot that you're in, the emotional state that you're in. You have every right because we're human. You know, we're human. And every day we wake up and take it day by day by day. But we still have to be real with ourselves to understand what we can deal with right now. We have to be real with ourselves to understand, what can I take on? What can I do? What do I need to focus on? Where does my attention need to be? You know, what is the right thing for me to do for myself and my family right now? That doesn't mean that you have to forget about your dreams and forget about that business and forget about your investing goals or whatever that is. But that just means maybe not right now. Maybe right now you need to focus on, your heart. Maybe you need to focus on nurturing yourself so that way you can be the best that you need to be for your family right now, for your kids that's virtually learning. You know, maybe you need to really be there for yourself, to be able to pick yourself up every day, to push through this anxiety, to push through this overwhelming feeling you have right now. One of the best things that we can all do is pay attention to ourselves and make sure that we are good first. Because when we're right within, we can do some awesome things outwardly. So we shifted the conference to a webinar because we wanted to instead focus on you. So we chose you over our own agendas. We chose you over, doing what we wanted to do. Our conference is our biggest donation time of the year. That's when we get our biggest donation dollars. So instead of going with our own agenda, we decided that we want to give you guys what you need, free of cost. So we decided to focus on the inner you. What's going on inside? What can we focus on now? Because eventually, guys, the stuff within comes out, and yeah, I'm speaking from experience. I tried to start a business, be the speaker, do all of these things in a time where my insides was all jacked up. And things just started to come out. It started to impact how I ran my business. It started to impact how I communicated, and everything started to spill out and show on the outside. And I had to halt my goals and my dreams to get myself together first. And things started to catapult faster and better than they've ever done before. So we're going to be talking about investing and scaling in your life first. Scaling your life first and watering yourself before thinking about scaling financially, scaling your business, leveling up, starting businesses, jumping out in the world and doing all these things that people tell you should be doing right now. First, we're going to start with you. Like I said earlier, many are still in fire. Parents are anxious about school. Students are trying to adjust to this abnormal new way of virtual schooling. And we are all trying to make the best decisions for ourselves and our families right now while trying not to go stir crazy in the house. Because that's me. A tiny bacteria shook our entire world. A tiny bacteria shook our entire world. Imagine what planting little seeds in your own life and in your family's life could do for you guys. Trust me, it will work wonders. Planting little seeds and watering those seeds every single day could do something tremendous for you as well as your family and those attached to you. We don't want you to feel pressured to start a business. We don't want you to feel pressured to invest in any way that you're not ready for. We don't want you to feel pressure to step into a level of life that you inwardly are not ready for. We want to make sure that you are good within first, so that way your mindset will be good, and when you do step out, you're ready. And you won't be swayed by the 2,500 different ways that the world will sway you in. You plant those seeds, you water yourself, and then from that, you start to gain clarity, you start to gain peace, you start to gain direction that has the potential to change the trajectory of your entire life and those attached to you. So today you will hear from an amazing empowerment coach that goes by the name of Kat Bird, and she's going to be teaching you about how to tap into that innate power that you were born with. She's going to be teaching you about, listen, when you were born, from the time that you were born with a certain oomph that you have to give out to this world that we need. I have something within me that you need. You have something within you that the rest of this world needs. And she's going to help you how to tap into that power within you and how to build onto that power and do something amazing with it. Then you're going to hear from me again about scaling your life and what that means. A lot of times we hear about people scaling their business. Well, today we're going to talk about scaling your life, because when we do that, when we focus on getting ourselves and our lives first, getting our life together behind the four walls of our own home, when we step outside of that door and into the world to start these businesses, when we step outside of that door and into the world to take on our careers, go into those offices, go into those board meetings, working for other people, going to different heights and levels in our careers, we are ready. Because I tell you this one thing, if you don't prepare yourself before you step out into the world, before you step out the world will prepare you forever for whatever they want to. You will be swayed each and every way that the wind wants to blow you. And trust me, that is not the way that you want to go. You want to have clarity when you walk out that door into the world. You want to have direction. You want to have a sense of self. You want to be able to stand up for yourself, your dreams, your idea, and your life, and what you want to do in this life and what you want to get out of it. So today, the Dreams to Founder organization, and on behalf of myself and our board of directors, we want to focus on you. We care about you. We care about, how you're feeling, how you're doing, what you're dealing with behind closed doors that no one else knows about. We care about that. So we've paused our own agenda to focus on you, and we really hope that you gain something from today. If you have gained anything from this webinar that you are about to take part of, and you are going to implement things in your life, and you feel like you really got something from today, I encourage you to donate via the link below. You can donate anything from $1, $5, $10 to $1,000. Whatever you feel led to donate, please do so. Our donations is how we get to do things like presenting you with a free webinar. Our donations are how we get to serve those in need. That's how we get to put groceries in people's homes during a pandemic. That's how we get to help people pay bills when they need it. That's how we get to help people secure their LLC, pay for their ISBN to starting and publishing their books. This is how we get to pour into the lives of other people to help them elevate their lives and scale their lives. This is how we get to help each other. So if you have gotten anything from this webinar and you would like to help us continue to support our communities, please donate via the link below. Dreams to Founder is a 501c3 nonprofit organization, which means the dollars that you donate are tax deductible. And all of our donors at the end of the year will get a donation statement that lists our tax ID number as well as the amount that you have given, so that you're able to write them off on your taxes during the next tax season. So I do thank you for taking part of our webinar. I thank you for standing by us as we've had to pivot ourselves during this pandemic. We want to make sure that we are here to serve you guys, not here to serve our own agenda. So I thank you for supporting us, for standing by us, and I hope that you are empowered and encouraged and pushed to take some action that'll help better you. That will in turn allow you to help better use your purpose and your skills and that power within you that you were born with to serve a greater purpose in this world. Thank you.
Welcome everyone. I am Kat Bird, and I am delighted to be joining Khalia on this journey, bringing you all tools to empower you forward. I'm Kat Bird. I am a corporate executive by day and a life and transformation coach by night. I've spent the last 15 years creating my coaching business and really taking all of my lessons from corporate America and bringing them to all of you to help empower and inspire you forward. I help women in 3 ways. I help you ignite your power within, which is what we're going to talk about today. I help you create a power plan with goals you feel really good about to fast track your success forward. And I help you step into your voice and your power within and build that confidence to absolutely change your life. And so we are going to get started. We are reclaiming 2020. We are providing you tips and tricks on how you can move yourself right where you are today, starting today with what you have to really make the most of the last 4 months of this year. So I'm going to share my screen. So igniting your power within. My biggest message here is you are powerful beyond measure. You are the secret sauce. I love this quote by Marianne Williamson. I have this quote actually on my mirror in my bedroom. Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. ladies. It's not that we're inadequate. It is that we are powerful beyond measure. Because what does that mean? Once we ignite the power within us, that means we've got to do something with it. That means we have to be accountable to it. That means that we can change our lives and actually advance our goals and our dreams forward. And that's a little scary. And certainly with everything that's going on in 2020, I'm sure it has you doubting yourself. You've gone through so many experiences this year. And this training, our time together today, is going to help you reclaim the rest of this year and really step into the power that's always been within you. And so my challenge to you is to start today. Start today. Define your knowing. Your knowing is your vision. No one knows you better than you do. No one knows the vision that you have for your life except for you. We're going to define that today. Decide, right? What's the difference between try and decide? Decide is taking action. You are one decision away from a completely different life. That's why I say start today. You can start wherever you are in this moment. You can make up your mind that today is going to be different, that you're going to act different, that you're going to channel and capitalize on the power you have within you, that you're going to make a promise to yourself and you're going to keep it. We're going to talk about that. And then ultimately ignite your power with action and results. We are all about tactical actions. In the coaching clients who I have and the wonderful women I work with, you know, it's one thing to talk, it's one thing to dream. We can have all the power plans we want, we can write things down, we can do vision boards, but without action, you are not igniting your power. What is your power? Your power is your vision, your knowing, plus your unique action, your step forward. That equals your power. Vision without action is just a dream. It's just a dream. It's nice, but it's not a strategy and it will not move you forward. Action without vision is like going somewhere and you don't know where you're going. It's going somewhere without a roadmap. How can you determine where you're going if you haven't, clearly defined what your vision is? How can you determine the path if you don't know what your destination is? And so this is your formula. When people say, well, Kat, what is that power inside of me? It's really getting clear on your vision. What do you want for your life? How are you reclaiming 2020? And then taking deliberate and intentional action, all be them big or small, to really advance your power forward. And so we're deciding to reclaim 2020. That is my challenge for you. 2020 is not over. It is not canceled, and 2021 cannot happen overnight. It's not possible. We have to live into the moment. The only things that we can control are our actions and our mindset. That's it. That's it. And so getting caught in the last 8 months is not serving you. What lessons are you taking from the last 8 months to advance you forward, to get you ready through the next 4 months and really gear you up for 2021? I will not subscribe to 2020 being canceled because it's not possible. But I will subscribe to channeling my power within, pivoting where I am, taking the heartache, taking the disappointments, taking all of the disruption that 2020 has brought so far and turning that into action for myself, turning that into promises for myself that make sense. And so my challenge is visualize your win. There is so much power in having a vision for your life. And you see there, that is my vision board. That is my actual vision board that I did in January of this year. And I will tell you, many of those things, many of those pictures that I visualized have come to fruition in my life. However, it has not taken the shape or the path that I originally thought it would. I lost my job in February. I walked away from an awesome opportunity because it was no longer serving me. And I made the mutual decision to move on and take a leap of faith into my coaching business full time. That was huge for me, huge for me. So much of my identity has been tied up in corporate America. And I had taken that company as far as it could go. And I was ready for the next chapter. And that was scary. I had no idea in January when I created this vision board and asked for a less stressed life. It's literally on there, that God was going to bring me to that point in February. That was before COVID even hit. And then I take that leap of faith and lean into what felt really scary at the time. And then we have a national pandemic, a global pandemic. And so I share that to say, you can pivot at any time. Visualize your win. It may not take the path that you expected. It may feel uncertain. It may be a bit scary, but you have to get clear on your vision. If I had not been clear on my vision in March, in April, I would have totally folded. And there were days that I was depressed and uncertain and scared and doubted myself, but I drew from that power within that was fueled from my vision. I stayed really clear on what I was going to accomplish. I was going to bring empowerment and coaching and confidence to women all over the country, and I've done that. But it all started with my vision. And so your vision board doesn't have to look like this. Pick one thing. Put it on your phone. You don't even have to put it on a poster. It doesn't have to be fancy, but you need to visualize your win. What hill are you currently climbing? What is on the other end of that hill? I run hill drills every day. And when I'm standing at the bottom of that hill, it feels scary. It feels daunting. It feels insurmountable. And it is not until I take that first step and I just take it one step at a time that I realize I can do this. You know how I know I can do this? Because I did it yesterday. And I know that what's at the top of that hill and what's on the other side of that hill is so rewarding. What is your reward? I want you to get really still and really clear on your vision. What is possible for you through the rest of 2020? What does your best self look like? What are you accomplishing? Why is it important to you? Maybe it's getting healthier. Maybe it's getting a therapist. I have a therapist and it's been life-changing. But it took me a while to get to the point where I challenged myself to find one. Maybe it's going out on a limb and stepping away from your corporate job that you hate, that's sucking the life out of you, to start your own nonprofit. Maybe it's to start a hobby that you thought, oh my gosh, no one's going to pay me for this. Maybe it's jewelry making, whatever it is. 2020 is not over. Maybe it's just getting your finances in order. Maybe it's adjusting to your new normal that is not having the job that you used to have, adjusting your living situation, moving back in with your parents to save money. Whatever hill you're climbing, I want you to visualize what is on the other side of it. And I want you to post it. What's possible if you were to take action towards that vision? What's possible for you? That is so important, and it's in your worksheet for you to really do some reflection on. And then we're going to make it real. I love acronyms, so we're making it real, right? Because again, vision without action, without declaring it and deciding, is just a dream. And hope is not a strategy. So we can sit here all day and hope for a better job, hope for a new job, hope that we're going to start that nonprofit that we've had in our mind for years, hope that we're going to lose 10 pounds and feel really good about ourselves, hope that we're going to start to get a therapist so that we can do our work to advance us forward. Hope is not a strategy. You have to decide. And part of it is making it real, visualizing it, and then revealing it. So R stands for, who are you going to share it with? Don't share it with anyone, but share it with someone you trust, to say, here's my stake in the ground. 2020 is not over. I am powerful beyond measure. And here is my hill that I'm climbing, because here's my vision. Here's my win. Here's what I'm chasing. Speaking it has so much power. You put it out there in the universe and the universe will align. E is for engage it. Engage it. Take some sort of action towards it. Your first action towards it is writing it down and posting it. So write it down and then visualize it. Find a picture that shows you living your best life. Whatever it represents. It could be someone working out. It could be a picture of a beach. It could be, a well-lit, put together home. It could be anything, whatever your vision of success is, whatever that picture represents for you. Because I want that picture with exactly what your vision is. My vision is to have a healthier body. My vision is to start my nonprofit. My vision is to find a therapist so that I can heal my mind from within. Whatever that is, I want you to write it down and couple it with a picture that represents that for you. There is so much power in that vision board, and it does not have to be elaborate. Alignment and accountability. Who will help you stay on track? Whoever you revealed this to should also be your accountability partner. So you're declaring it with this person, and then you're saying, I need you to help me stay on track. I need you to check in with me every week. My accountability partner, Christy, who I adore, she checks in with me every Friday to make sure I am on track with the things that I committed to. She keeps me honest. She challenges me. She does not tell me what I want to hear. She challenges me in a really good way. Find that person. If you don't have that person, what are you going to do to challenge yourself? Maybe you set a reminder in your phone every Friday. Ding, did I do what I said I was going to do this week? There are some tools that were included in your e-planner and your workbook that will help you stay on track daily, that we'll talk about in a little bit. And then L is living these every day. Your vision fuels your growth and power, period. So we talk about this power, it's not out there. 2020 doesn't have power over us. We have power over us. We are the only things that we can control, and our power is within. And it starts with having that vision and posting it somewhere you can see it, and then taking action towards that vision every single day. And we'll talk about how we make that real for you. What is your 2020 vision? Couple things. It should hit all of these check marks. And this is also in your workbook, so you can follow along and say, does my vision pass the test? Is it clear and specific? Does it ignite a fire in your belly? When I think about my vision for the next 4 months, my vision is to really gain financial stability, to use this time where we're not going out and we're not traveling, and I don't have some of the expenses that I used to have, to really get my financial house in order, to take accountability for my spending, to take accountability for my savings, and start 2021 feeling better about my finances than I do today. That's my vision, okay? And why it's important to me is it's going to give me freedom and peace of mind and leverage to do even more in 2021. It's also going to give me a little cushion should things shift and change. What if I lose my job tomorrow? What if I can't coach? What if things change with my husband? I need to plan for things that I may not be expecting, right? And that ignites a fire in my belly because of the freedom it's going to bring me, because of the peace of mind. And so if your vision doesn't get you excited, it's not the right vision. And so challenge yourself. What is possible for you in the last 4 months of this year? It then becomes your basis for goal setting and decision making. It's where you'll start to focus your time and energy. It's where you'll start to chip away day by day. What things can I do today to start to advance my vision little by little? It guides your behaviors and actions. Just by putting it out there, you'll start to see how you think a little differently. You act a little differently because you're on a path towards your vision that was uniquely created by you. It inspires the very best version of you. And so my challenge there, how will you make the most of these last 4 months? You can either live in the past of the previous 8 months and talk about all the things that 2020 took from you. Shift that and think about, what has 2020 revealed for you? What opportunity has 2020 afforded you, provided you, brought into focus? And what are you going to do with these last 4 months? Are you going to sulk? and get stuck in the suck? Are you going to take back your power, reclaim your power, and move yourself forward? And so let's get your mind right. It starts with mindset. It starts with mindset. And so those of you who know me know I wake up early every morning and I spend my first hour of my day by myself. If you are not doing this, I highly recommend that you do. Even if it means setting your alarm 30 minutes earlier or adjusting your schedule, that time when you first wake up is so important. It's important to keep it for yourself. And that's where I clear my mind and remind myself that no matter what happened yesterday, no matter what I have to face today, I am the one I've been waiting for. It's me. And so I challenge you to think about that. You are the one you've been waiting for. Everyone keeps saying, oh, throw 2020 away. We're waiting for a new day. It's you. You are the change. You are the only thing that you can control. You cannot control COVID. You cannot control your kids being homeschooled and virtual learning and the chaos that brings. You cannot control this election that's coming up. You cannot control what your boss is going to do or what the markets are going to do. You can only control your mindset, your actions, and your vision. And so pour that energy back into yourself and remind yourself of who you are. You are the one you've been waiting for. That's it. No one's coming to save you. You have to decide to save yourself. And that is still possible today, right here in this moment. You can decide. Tomorrow is going to be different. Right now is going to be different. I'm making different promises to myself and I'm going to keep them. And so here's how you start with your mindset. Face your hill. Face your hill. That's the first thing, is identifying what is the hill that you're climbing right now. And it's going to look different for everyone, but being really honest with yourself, right? My hill that I'm climbing right now is my spending. When I'm nervous, when I'm uncertain, my numbing strategy, my coping mechanism is shopping. Well, that doesn't really serve me well in a global pandemic, in a space where the economy is uncertain, where jobs are uncertain. That's not a smart decision. I can't be shopping in the midst of this. And so my hill right now is, again, reining back in my spending habits, being really smart, thinking for the future, getting better with my savings so that I can give myself that financial freedom and well-being. For you, it could be something even smaller, taking that step to eliminate a toxic relationship, to spend more time with someone who makes you feel like sunshine, not someone who makes you feel like shit. Excuse my French. Take that step to ask for what you want at work. Take that step to leave the job that's not serving you anymore and start your nonprofit. Take that step to find an awesome therapist. I would not be able to stand here today and pour into all of you if I hadn't done my work with my therapist and continue to do my work with my therapist. That is one of the most important promises I've made to myself, and one of the most important relationships I have is with my therapist. And so thinking about what is your hill, write it down. Affirm your power daily. That's in the power pledge that I've included in your materials. I am powerful beyond measure. Claim it. Today I am deciding to be brave. Today I'm deciding to be confident. Today I'm deciding to face my fear, to face my hill. Today I'm deciding to have that tough conversation with someone who is making me feel less than. Today I'm going to decide to stand up for myself. Today I'm going to take 30 minutes to just stand outside in nature. Today I'm going to get a good night's rest. Whatever it is, affirm yourself, pour into yourself. If you do not pour into yourself, no one else will. You are the one you've been waiting for. Draw your strength from yesterday. Use yesterday as a marker of what is possible today. I know I can climb this hill because I already climbed X. I already did this. Draw that strength from yesterday. Remind yourself of who you are. And keep climbing. Speed does not matter. Speed does not matter. You run your race. You climb your hill. And then we're going to ignite your power plan. So once you have your vision, once you have your little board, your picture of what your win looks like for the next 4 months, whatever that is, you have faced your hill, you know what you're climbing. Then we're going to put together a plan that you can win daily. And your plan has to have 4 components. It's got to be purposeful, which is the why that comes from your vision. It's got to be practical, right? Because again, vision without action is just a dream. And I'm setting you up for success because I'm right there with you. It's daunting to think about a goal or a vision that I have for a whole year and think about, well, what can I do today to get towards that? That's where I can help you in getting it down to a bite-sized chunk that you feel really good about, that you're just like, I'm taking it one day at a time. I can do anything by the day, right? Don't think out, oh my gosh, I've got to do this over the next 6 months. Nope. Every day, I'm going to commit to this one thing. I'm going to keep this promise to myself. Post it. You've got to put it somewhere where you can see it. You may not love Post-it notes like I do, but you've got to put it somewhere, on your mirror, in your desk, even in the flap of your wallet, someplace where you will see it every single day. Write down what your vision is, write down what your plan is, and look at that every day. Don't stash it in a notebook somewhere. You want to make sure that it's somewhere that you're looking at it. And then it's powered by you. Again, we can put together all the plans you want. We could probably do another hour just talking about power plans. But if you don't believe it, you are the secret sauce. You're going to bring it to fruition. And so believe in yourself and step into that. And so how do you ignite your daily power? Let's talk about that, right? Because it feels so big when you're like, Kat, I don't know where to begin. You're going to break it down. My hill this month is, what is your hill just this month? Or what is your hill just this week? My hill this week is getting my children through homeschooling and not losing my sanity, right? It could be something that simple. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to make sure that I wake up an extra hour early for me time so that I can meditate, so that I can drink coffee, so that I can listen to music, so that I can read. That could be a daily action. Your second daily action could be, I'm going to make sure that I take a walk outside, that I get at least 15 minutes outside in nature with the sunshine to recharge and refuel and take deep breaths. So be practical, but it starts with identifying your hill for the month or the week. And then what are 1 or 2 things that you can do every day? Things you can win, things you feel great about. That's how you build your confidence. Don't make it hard for yourself. Don't make it hard for yourself. What can you do? You want to make it easy for yourself. You want to really find goals that you can hit every day. This is not supposed to be hard. The hill itself is hard, but you want to give yourself a win that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you're bringing that vision to life. And so your daily power pledge, this is included in the materials that are in your e-planner to make it really simple for you. I fill this out every day. And until recently, until I did my social media detox, which I'm continuing to do for my own sanity, I was posting this on Instagram every single day. And now I keep it in my notebook every day because it's a way for me to ground myself, to make a promise to myself and make sure that I am following through on those commitments that I've made to me. And so it starts with, this is your daily power pledge. So I am powerful beyond measure. It starts with that affirmation. You have to affirm yourself daily. And you can cross this out and write your own affirmation. This is for you. This is your daily power pledge. This is just what I use to hold myself accountable, and a tool that I'm giving you so that you can start tomorrow. If you say, Kat, tomorrow I'm waking up with a new mindset, a new vision, ready to reclaim the rest of 2020, here's a tool that you can start to use now. I wanted to give you something really practical to keep you on track. Today, I decide to be. Who are you going to be today? Are you going to be brave? Are you going to be bold? Are you going to be more confident? Are you going to be unapologetic about what you need, asking for what you need from either your family or your friends or your job? Are you going to step out on your fear and lean into it and reclaim the rest of 2020 and do the things that you know you've wanted to do that you just haven't put into action? What are you celebrating? Gratitude is so important in this process. It is such an important daily practice. The more grateful you are, the more you welcome those blessings into your life, regardless of what's going on. 2020 has been a challenging year. I would argue to say the most challenging year in our lives. And it's not over. We are still in control of us, and we still can choose gratitude. There is still something in this moment today that you can be grateful for. So write that down. I'm so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful I got to do a workout this morning. I am so grateful that I was able to take time and update my resume. I'm so grateful for that conversation with my friend last night. Whatever it is, even the smallest thing, express that gratitude. And then I'm blessing my body with, this is important, your body is your vessel. And so you talk about your power, you can't harness your power in a body that you're not taking care of. And so how are you blessing it? And it doesn't just mean physical movement. That's important too. But it's staying hydrated. It's getting sunshine, taking a sunshine break, a brain break. It's talking with a friend. For me, it's our book club. We have a book club, Kat and Christy's book club. It'll be in the links on Friday nights. That fuels my soul, right? That is how I bless my body once a week. My workouts, my running, my hill drills, all of that is to bless my body so that I can be my strongest to conquer the day, to conquer the challenges, to conquer the uncertainty. And then my promise to myself is every day you should make a promise to yourself, whatever it is. That takes this big vision and brings it down to something that you can win every day. And you are declaring that above all else, I am promising that I will wake up 30 minutes earlier to use that time for myself, that I will go for that walk today, that I will look for a job online, that I will call that contact that I know and start asking about a nonprofit, that I will take steps to monetize my business by working on my website. Something that's for you, that's going to advance your vision forward. What is it? And so this is your accountability. It's up to you what to do with it. And then post it. So again, that power pledge, I keep it in my notebook. And for extra accountability, I used to post it on Instagram and probably will start again. It was an opportunity for me to even put out there even more. This is what I'm declaring today, and to hold myself accountable. And so you know yourself. Maybe it's in your phone. Maybe it's on a Post-it note on your desk. Maybe it's in your wallet. Maybe it's in your gratitude journal, but write it down. Use the e-planner that I provided you to keep yourself on track. And if that doesn't work for you, just write it down somewhere so that you can see it and reflect on it. So that before you go to bed every night, you can look at your power pledge and say, did I do what I said I was going to do? Did I bless my body? Did I keep my promise to myself? Did I show up for me today? Did I ignite my power within? And here's an example, right? And this chart is also in your materials. And so you can do this with Post-it notes. You can do this with really any goal that you have. This works. It's taking something big. It's bringing it down to your visions, right? Your vision goals. What is something you want to do weekly or can do weekly? And then what is that daily action? If this is overwhelming for you, if you're like, Kat, I'm not there yet, go back to the power pledge and just start here. This is something that you can start to do tomorrow. And it's simple, right? It's simple. And it's just that one step. Again, speed does not matter. It's that one step up the hill. When you're ready, take the next step. Maybe you break it down into an actual plan, right? And use this formula to get it down to that daily goal that will ultimately get you to your larger vision. Here's an example. I hear all the time, I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to get off the quarantine weight. We are all in this boat. How do you break that down? That seems daunting. 20 pounds, holy heck, right? I'm going to start a workout routine. Maybe I can do that. I'm going to commit to a weekly eating regimen. Maybe I can do that. Okay, what does that look like weekly? What can I do this week? I can join a virtual dance class I've been wanting to try. I can skip soda, right? Those are two tangible things that I can do this week. And then what does that look like each day? I'm going to write in my morning gratitude journal because I know when I start my day in gratitude, I am more likely to make good decisions throughout my day. I'm going to add an extra bottle of water each day. Okay, I can do that. I can do that right here, right now, right? So you see how you take something big and break it down. Again, you're setting yourself up for success. You're setting yourself up for your win. The power is within you. And so you really want to ignite your power by keeping your promise to you. That's what this ultimately comes down to. We can talk about power plans all day. We can talk about your vision. You can do the board. But if you do not commit, assess, and really, really focus on winning the day and continuing to climb, it's not going to work. You are capable. You are powerful. But you've got to believe that. You've got to channel that. And then make it real. So in your worksheets, you can build out your power plan. You also have your power pledge in your e-planners. So use that. You can start tomorrow with just the power pledge. That's a perfect place to start. Visualize your win, get your picture of what success looks like, get your picture of what's on the other end of that hill, and then just start with the daily power pledge. Think about who your accountability partner is and what you need from them and make that known. And then email me. I'd love to know. I'd love to see your Post-it note wall if you do that. I'd love to hear what your vision is. I'd love to hear how this was useful or helpful and where I can continue to support you on your journey. I'm rooting for you. I am cheering for you. I am so proud of all of you for even showing up here. This was a big first step for you. And I challenge you to reclaim 2020. You have the power within you.
Hey everyone, how are you? It's me, Khalia Deborah, the founder of Dreams to Founder and the founder of Khalia Deborah Coaching, and I am back with you guys yet again. Again, I thank you for taking the time to spend some time with us during this webinar. You could have been doing anything else, but today you decided to invest in you and you decided to listen to us. So I thank you for spending some time with us today. We are grateful and we are just glad that we can be here to do something in the lives of other people because that's why we're here in the first place. So today I'm going to be coming to you guys with this portion of our webinar talking about scaling your life. Now, many of you may have heard of people talk about scaling your business, especially with all the entrepreneurs, all of the business coaches out there. You may hear scaling your business a lot. This may be a goal of yours if you're an entrepreneur, or some of you may have already done this as far as going through the process of scaling your business. If you have not or do not know anything about scaling your business, that just simply means in a nutshell that you are increasing profits with less expenses. So you're running your business more efficiently where you're making more dollars, but spending less. So you're like, okay, I get to make more money, but my expenses are getting lower. That means you're running your business more efficiently. Well, today I'm here to talk about scaling your life. So I want you to take the idea of scaling your business, of making more money, but lowering your expenses, and implement that into your life. So I want to help you experience life better in this unpredictable, anxious-driven roller coaster of a ride of 2020 that we're in. And if you take this idea of scaling your life seriously, you will have the potential of really experiencing your life on a different level than you've had. Your mindset will shift. You will make decisions differently, and you will attack life differently. And whenever the world throws you a curveball, whenever things get crazy, whether it's in this life, in this world as a whole, or something's personally attacking you, you'll think about it differently. You'll attack it differently, and your spirit will react to it differently. You'll start to become more proactive rather than being reactive. You'll see positive changes in your family life, in your spiritual life, and even in your business if you have one or thinking about starting one. So this thing that I'm talking about is scaling your life. In the same way that you can scale your business by increasing your profits and lowering your expenses, you can scale your life by increasing your life profits while decreasing your life costs or your life expenses. So what do I mean by life profits or revenue, depending on which word you want to use, means the same thing. Life revenue are things such as joy, peace, clarity, direction, focus, faith, joy, whatever positive attribute you want to implement in your life, that is a life revenue. Because cash is good. Bringing in cash in your life is good. So I want you to think about good attributes. And those are what we're going to call your life revenues. Those positive attributes that you just want to flow in your life the same way that us business owners want cash to flow through our lives. And then by life costs or life expenses, what I am talking about is things such as anxiety, stress, overwhelm, sickness, tarnished relationships. Those are expenses, and those can get very expensive if you do not manage them properly. And those also get very expensive and start to eat into your revenue if you do not figure out different, innovative, and creative ways to minimize those expenses. So scaling your life just simply means, how do I increase joy, peace, clarity, direction, faith, focus, joy, while at the same time, I'm doing that by lessening anxiety, stress, overwhelm, toxic relationships, whatever your life expense is. How do I increase this positive attribute? By lowering this negative attribute. Your life revenue and expenses might look different from mine. Might look different from the person next to you, but guess what, guys? We all have them. We all have them. We all have expenses in our life that take away from that revenue flow that we would rather have. I'll use myself as an example. I will try to be as transparent as possible when I'm talking about different things today. One of the things that I deal with, one of my life expenses, is anxiety. So if you've listened to any of my YouTube videos or any of the podcasts or any interview that I have been on, or you've been to a webinar or a conference, you may have heard about me talk about my battle with anxiety. Like, it's real. It's real, down to the trembles and the headaches and the fatigue and the worry and the stress. It's real, and when I didn't really understand what it was, or when I was trying to figure it out and how to manage it and how to control it, it would literally take over my life. It would. One little 5-minute anxiety episode could shut me down for the rest of my day. I'm fatigued for the rest of the day. I'm tired. I'm not productive. It puts me down. I have headaches, migraines. I'm just irritated, irritable. My body feels out of whack. My stomach is just, I'm not hungry. It feels like I have knots in my stomach, like everything. It literally puts me down for the entire day, sometimes a week, sometimes longer, if I don't pay attention to it. But then I had to learn that, this is an expense right now. It's an expense because it's taking away from my peace. It's taking away from the clarity of where I'm going in life, what I'm doing right now in life. It's taken away from my productivity, from the direction, from me being able to focus on my purpose and what God has called me here to do. When your life revenue, those positive attributes start to diminish, that means you have an expense right now in your life that you need to pay attention to and figure out, how do I minimize this or exclude it altogether? So that's how I want you to think about this as we go through the steps of how to scale your life. And again, we all have them. We all have life expenses and life revenues. So please don't feel like you're alone. If someone says, look, I don't have those life expenses, I don't deal with those. Look, they may not look like mine, but you do have some. All right. So I'd rather you own up to what you deal with and figure out, how do I combat that rather than try to fake it. So we're going to walk through that today. And there are costs that we incur in our life that will take away from our revenues, that will take away from us running our lives in the way that we want to. We are not, it really shows us, depending on, how big your life expense is, how much is taking over your life. It shows how we're not being real vigilant about nurturing our lives, about nurturing our heart, nurturing what's going on. It shows if we're nurturing our boundaries correctly. Are we even setting boundaries in our lives to be able to generate that flow of positive attributes, to generate that positive cash flow or that positive life revenue flow? How do I continuously generate joy, flow of joy in my life? How do I continuously generate, positive clarity and focus in my life? Well, when anxiety is through the roof, when you're not really paying attention to that, when you're stressing out and not evaluating what's stressing you out, when you're inviting and continuously inviting toxic relationships in your life, there's no way in heck that you're nurturing yourself. There's no way in heck that you're really paying attention to where your life is going, because you don't have that space. But when you evaluate it and understand that these things are starting to take over and this is what I need to do to fix it and become vigilant about your life, then you're able to generate more cash flow, generate more life revenue into your life. So again, I want you to take that aspect of scaling your business, generating cash flow. I want you to connect that to your life, and instead of cash flow, looking at it as monetary, look at it as positive attributes in your life. What do you need positively to flow more in your life? All right. And sometimes, to be completely honest, a lot of us want to just make things look good on the outside. So when people look at us, they see something good, but we keep them at a distance. We keep them at a distance because if they get too close, then they'll really see what's going on. Like, they'll really see how we're handling things, how my house is falling apart, how I have no control. My life is out of control. I'm run by stress. I'm just trying to keep up with the Joneses. So we keep them at arm's length because we just want to look good on the outside. But when you don't take care of the inside, that breeds life expenses. That breeds anxiety. That breeds comparison. That breeds debt because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses instead of realizing that, no, this is where I am in life. So this is kind of how I have to live my life right now. This breeds overwhelming because you're trying to balance a life that you want people to think you live versus your reality. It breeds pride. It breeds stress, trying to keep up with everything and everybody instead of just being content and legit with how your life really is and just continuously working until where you want it to be. And some of us right now may even feel like you're pressured to start a business while trying to figure life out. That breeds life expenses. I know we may have all seen some quotes or memes that, say things like, oh, COVID has taught us that we need to go out and build our own businesses. We need to be in charge of our own money. COVID has taught us that, has given us the time to start our own business. So if you have been home this whole time and haven't started a business, what's wrong with you? Like, we've probably heard all of this kind of stuff. That might be true for some people, but right now, this may not be the time for people to start a business because of everything that they're dealing with right now. Before you can even step out there and start a business, before you can even step out there and say, you know what, I need to be in control of my money, I need to do this, I need to do that, you need to be ready for that. You need to be ready for that. Just because the prices in the stock market may be low, everybody is not mentally ready to start investing. You know, that's not where everybody is at right now. So you may see some things and may feel pressured to do certain things, but you may not be ready for it. You know, and by stepping out there and doing things just because you feel pressured, just because it seems like that's what everyone else is doing, or it's working for this person or working for that person, if it's not your time yet, you will incur life expenses, because you'll start to get anxious, you'll start to get overwhelmed, you'll start to get overburdened, because you're taking on things that your life is not quite ready for yet. When your life is ready for things, you will experience those things differently. You know, and some may agree with this, some may not. When it's your time to do something, yeah, it takes hard work to really accomplish some great things in the world, but you'll still have some sort of ease doing it. You'll still have some sort of ease doing it. Opportunities will come to you. You'll be able to focus differently. You'll be able to strategize on different things differently. You know, so you'll know when it's your time. But trust me, if you prematurely step into some things because you're pressured into it, or you feel like this is what everyone else is doing, and you're not really focusing on you and what you really need for your life or what your family needs right now, you'll feel that as well. And it might not feel good. It might not feel good at all. So be careful with the things that you are currently doing, whether it's pressure from the outside world, you know, or you're scrolling through social media or whatever. Be careful. Be careful. There's no need for you to incur life expenses if you don't have to. There's no need for you to incur negative, you know, life attributes if you don't have to. Stay focused on you and yours, and let your life naturally progress instead of trying to force something. Because guess what? You're always going to end up at the spot that you need to be at that moment. So I'd rather you not have a lot to clean up when doing it. So how do we scale our life? How do we scale our life? I have 3 steps for you guys. 3 steps, 3 points, however you want to take them. I have 3 things for you guys on how to scale your life. And I'm telling you guys things that I implemented in my life and still have to implement in my life to this day. Because you never really stop scaling. You really never stop progressing. And if you've gotten to the point of your life where there's nothing else for you to do, I guess you're done here. Like, what else do you have to live for, you know? So I think there's always going to be opportunities to scale. I think there's always going to be opportunities to grow. So these 3 things, these 3 steps, you can implement over and over and over again through different stages of your life, all right? So number 1, get clear on your destination. Get clear on your destination. And just like in business, you need to know what the bigger picture is. And again, your bigger picture could change over the years, could morph into something different. But right now, at this stage in your life, you need to get clear on the direction that you're going in your life and where you want to go. Just like business owners, you have to have a bigger picture. In order to start a business, you have to understand, well, why the heck are we doing this? What are we doing this for? What are our goals? What are we ultimately shooting for? I want you to think about the same thing in your life. Where are you going? What is your ultimate goal? Just think about you, your family, and what you guys need right now. And then what's that ultimate goal? What kind of person do you want to be? You know, what do you want for your family? What do you want your life to look like? And yes, I want you to think financially too, but I want you to dig deeper. Dig deeper. What do you really want out of life right now? You know, what do you really want? And I want you guys to think as detailed as you can. I want you to, you know, think about every freaking scenario that you can think of when it comes to your ultimate goal in life. Get creative, get innovative. Because I tell people, if you can if you can picture something in your mind, then we could definitely figure out how to get it done. We could definitely figure out how to make it happen no matter what level you are in life. It may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen next month. It may not even happen next year, but it will eventually happen. you know, and we can be swayed by everything in this world. You know, highlight reels can sway you away from what you really want in life. You know, you could really want your ultimate goal to be XYZ. But then you go scrolling through social media and you see people living a life this way. They're doing this and they're doing that. And now it's just like, shoot, no, I wanted that, but no, I actually want this. You need to get clear on your destination, not someone else's. Because you will always have a gaping hole in, you know, in your heart, in your spirit, because you're chasing someone else's destination when you know what you really want, when you know what you really were sent here for. You know what your purpose is, but you're chasing something else that you saw someone else do. Get clear on your destination, not someone else's, because that ultimate vision is going to help you push every day. You know, your ultimate goal is going to help you shift your mindset in a way that the decisions I make today is going to impact my ultimate goal, whether that's 10 years from now, 5 years from now, or tomorrow. You know, if you are unable to get clear on where your life is headed, what you want out of your life, how you want to impact this world, then I need you to get used to frustration and being stuck. Because if you're not clear on your destination, if you're not clear on your goals, if you're not clear on the direction that you want to go in, this world is going to tell you to go left, right, up, down, spin around in circles, hop on one foot. It's going to tell you where to go. And you're always going to be frustrated because you can't figure out what to do, when to do it. You got to get clear. And by looking to all of these people and, you know, filling your time and your mind by looking at what everyone else is doing and trying to do it their way is their way and it works for them. But their way may not be what works for you. All right. So how? So I want you guys to take a minute right now, close your eyes, and I want you to think about if you went to bed as normal tonight, right? You went to bed, laid down on your pillow, did your normal routine, and you went to sleep and a straight miracle happened. And some of you may have been through this question with me, but you can ask yourself this question at different phases in your life. And I want you to think about if I went to sleep, a miracle happened, and I woke up. And I was living in my ultimate goal. I was at my ultimate destination. You know, what does your life look like? What does your family life look like? What kind of person are you? You know, what are you doing? How have you impacted the world? Like, what's going on? What is life like for you? And I want you to spend some time just sitting with that. And you can pause the webinar and just spend some time thinking about what your life looks like. Close your eyes. We don't want you getting distracted with your current situation, about where you currently are. So I want you to close your eyes and really think about if I went to sleep and I woke up and I was living my ultimate goal, like my ultimate goal was a reality and I was living in it. What does it look like? How do you feel? What's your family doing? You know, how's it going for you? All right. And then I want you, once you spent some time thinking about that, I want you to open your eyes, grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write every detail that you can get on that piece of paper. I don't care about complete sentences. I don't care if you got to scribble, scrabble, draw pictures. Get that vision on that piece of paper. As much detail as you can. Don't worry about, oh, I'm not writing that down because that's too big. I'm not writing that down because that makes no sense based on what my circumstance looks right now. I'm not asking you to envision based on your circumstance. I'm asking you to write whatever popped in your head, your ultimate goal. All right. Now that you kind of have this ultimate goal on a piece of paper, I want you to understand that you have to keep an open mind throughout life. Your life will, the more that you step forward, you know, in that direction that you're supposed to go in life, that positive direction you're supposed to go in life, curveballs will come your way, negative and positive. You know, God will start presenting you with opportunities that wasn't even on your goal list and that will blow your mind. So I want you to keep an open mind and continue to be innovative and continue to be creative and welcome innovation in your life along your journey. But now that you have this ultimate goal written down on a piece of paper, I want you to work backwards. I now want you to have the mindset. Every day that you wake up, I want you to have a mindset that works backwards. And what I mean by that is every decision that you make today, you are making with the mindset of your ultimate goal. every dollar you spend, I want you to spend your money with the mindset of your ultimate goal. You know, the way that you nurture, the way that you communicate with people, the way that you take care of yourself, I want you to take care of yourself with the mindset of your ultimate goal. Position yourself already there. Mentally position yourself already living in your ultimate goal. If you're living in peace, what are some things that you have to do to make sure that you're living in peace now? You know, so it's just like every decision you make, the way that you talk to people, the way that you nurture your family, the way that you take care of your children, the way that you take care of your husband and your wife, the way that you're running your business, the way that you are on your job, I need you to do it with the mindset that you're living in your ultimate goal. Because when you do that continuously every single day, your ultimate goal becomes an expectation. Like, yeah, I expect to live that one day. So I'm just going to start implementing what I can in my life now. And then we're going to continuously work that every single day until I get to my ultimate goal. Work backwards. Work backwards. You know, so your ultimate goal, that's the bigger picture. Now we want to make decisions and live our life that aid to making that ultimate goal a reality. All right? So that's number one. Get clear on your destination. If you cannot get clear on where you're going in life, you will be frustrated. And you will be annoyed with life, and you will your life expenses, anxiety, stress, worry, overwhelm, burden, that stuff will just start to accumulate until you're in debt of life expenses. Until you're in debt with anxiety, in debt with stress and worry. You know, so get clear on your life. Get clear where you are. Get clear on your emotional state. Get clear on what you need. Maybe you need therapy. Maybe you need a coach. You know, maybe you need to wake up a little earlier every day and take time for you before the day starts. Get clear on what you need and get clear on the destination on where you're headed. And sometimes when you're thinking about where you currently are now, sometimes a hard truth will hit. Where you're clear on, if I don't make a change in my life now, if I don't start nurturing myself better, if I don't start really focusing on me and getting myself together, I can clearly see how my destination is headed in a very bad direction. So when going through this exercise, you might even realize how the direction right now that your life is headed in is not one that you want to go. And it sucks to realize that, but it may also be a driving force to push you to do something better. So that was number one, get clear. Number two, choose your strategy. Now, I want you guys to think, strategy is different than a plan. Most people think your strategy is the same exact thing as your plan. Strategy is more so your thinking behind how you're going to get it done. That's your thinking, like, all right, how are we going to do this? What innovative ways or creative things that we're going to implement in our life to make sure that we are increasing our life revenues? We're increasing those positive attributes in our life. So what things do we need to do? How can we do them? So it's more so of how are we going to attack the plan, not the actual plan. Okay, so I want you to choose your life strategy. Choose the most efficient way that will aid in making your ultimate goal that you just got clarity on, that you just wrote down on that piece of paper. Choose the most efficient way that will aid into making that ultimate goal a reality. One thing I want you to do is look at your current life expenses. We all have them. I don't care if you have 1, 2, 5, or 10 of them. We all have some life expenses that take away from the flow of those positive life revenues in our life. So look at your current life expenses. Which one of those expenses are too much? You know, look at them and say, you know what? My anxiety is out of control. I'm very, very overwhelmed right now, and I can't focus on having peace. I can't focus. I'm not even clear on where I'm going. I can't stay focused on my work because I'm so overwhelmed by life. I'm overwhelmed by everything. I want you to look at your life expenses and figure out what's weighing you down, what's holding you back. And then what I need you to do is, once you have that list of life expenses, or you have that 1, that 2, that 3, I want you to look at them and I want you to determine What are some things that you can do that will help you reach your destination by lessening those life expenses? How do I minimize those life expenses? And what are some things that you can implement that fit your life right now? So remember, all of the decisions and things that you are doing now should aid into getting you to that ultimate goal. Maybe you have to eliminate some people out of your life. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you need to eliminate some people out of your life. Maybe you need to determine what is bringing you stress and adjust it. What's triggering your anxiety? Which triggers you to be stressed out? Why are you so overwhelmed? And what are some things that you can better, implement into your life that will cut down some of that overwhelm? I was reading a book called Essentialism, and the guy was talking about how he was overwhelmed at work. He was doing things, but he wasn't really completing a lot of projects and so forth. And it was even giving him a bad rep on his job. One day he decided to do what was essential. He was going to do what he needed to do in that day and in that time to complete his job. He wasn't going to add a ton of things on his plate that made it even harder for him to complete projects or complete his job. But instead, I'm going to do what was essential. By doing that, he started to experience a new level of success, a new level of joy, a certain sense of peace in his life. So I want you to kind of take that same approach if you need to, if you're feeling overwhelmed. Maybe I'm loading too much on myself. Maybe I can structure, my days differently. Maybe I can use my breaks as breaks. Maybe I can take a break, take a nap, or whatever you need to do, but figure out why those expenses are there and then figure out how you need to adjust. And that may take some thinking. That may take some collaborating with your family. Maybe that takes some, hey, I need help in this area. Maybe that calls for you asking for help, which is hard for some people to do. And at times it's hard for me to do too, guys, just to be 100% real. Maybe you're stressed out because you lost your job, or, you got furloughed and your money's low. What can you be doing right now? If you lost your job and you're stressing out because how am I going to find a job in a pandemic? First, you need to think about, all right, what can I be doing right now to start getting me on a clear path and a good direction towards making something happen for me? One could simply be, okay, what am I qualified to do? What am I good at? What can I do? What jobs would I be best at? All right, figure that out. Then start updating your resume, updating a cover letter, reaching out to your network, connecting with different people, trying to figure out, start networking. We can virtually network right now. Then looking for some jobs, applying to jobs, but cleaning your stuff up to put yourself back out there in the workforce. There's always something that you can do to adjust. So now you're starting to eliminate that stress expense by taking whether it's little actions such as updating your resume, updating your cover letter, understanding, what jobs you actually would excel in and that's good for you at this time. You're now diminishing that stress level by implementing some small action steps that'll help you get to an interview or a job. Figuring out, making a list of people in your network that'll better help you to get a job. So what little things can we do? Because to be honest, sometimes we spend so many days and hours and so much time sitting in our stress that we don't even think about the simple things that we can do to make that particular, hump or, that particular down moment in our life better. And sometimes the answer is real simple, but stress and anxiety and worry will literally blow something this small, blow it hugely up. It'll get you blinded and distracted by a simple action because you're thinking about all the what ifs. You're thinking about all the negativity that will happen that probably won't even happen. So let's focus on the right now and what we can do right now. And sometimes it's taking small steps. You may get some no's, you may get some yeses, you may get some maybes, but hey, You got to figure out what you can do right now to reduce those expenses. I mean, another one could be to evaluate your financial status and adjust where you need to adjust. Maybe you can't live the same life that you were financially living in December. Maybe you need to cut back on some things. And maybe a good idea of something that you can do is having dinner with your family together. You know, maybe sitting down at the dining room table, having dinner and laughing, throwing biscuits at each other, whatever it is that you guys do. Doing some things together as a family movie nights, game nights, or whatever, to help each other as a family get through this. Help build that love and that morale. Like, what are some things that you can do right now that when our world gets back to some sense of normalcy, whatever that's going to be, that you're going to come out stronger? You know, and you're stronger maybe, man, my family is better bonded together. Man, my relationship got better. You know, I'm more self-aware. I love myself now than I have ever in the last some years or ever in my life. I want you to start implementing some things in your life and figuring out, look, this is a strategy that I'm going to take to be able to uplift my life and get my life to a different level, on a real intimate level, you know, that's more than just, yeah, I'm going to jump out, I'm going to start this business and do this and do that. Look, before we get there, you got to make sure you're good. You got to make sure that you're ready for it and that you can handle what you're about to step into. And the best way that you can position yourself to handle this world is strengthening yourself. Strengthening yourself mentally, physically, spiritually. Strengthen yourself up, especially emotionally. All right, so choose your strategy. How are you going to efficiently live your life now? How are you going to efficiently and effectively make decisions now that's going to aid to you ultimately reaching that goal? All right. 3, creating cash flow. So scaling your businesses think of creative and innovative ways that they can generate more cash without all of the expenses. I want you to think about how you can generate and create more life revenue, more positive attributes in your life. Keep that joy flowing. How do I keep that joy flow in my life? How do I keep that faith flow in my life? How do I keep that, what's another one? That clarity flow in my life. How do I stay on this positive directional path that I'm on? Like, how do I keep that stuff flowing through my life? This is the part where you need to figure out your action steps. What is the action that I'm going to take? Remember, we thought about different strategies that you can implement in your life. You thought about, okay, if I do this could help me do this. So you've thought about some things, you've gotten creative. Now it's time to take action and start creating that flow. You know, so whether that's joy, peace, focus, faith, clarity, direction, whatever it is, this is the step where you actually take that action to get the things flowing. You need those things. You need those things to get to the next level in your life. If not, you will always be stunted. You'll get stuck. You'll get frustrated. You'll get plateaued when things start to shake and shift in this world. So I want you to take the time. I want you to get creative. I want you to figure out how you can create positive flow and take action. You know, create that plan and take that action. So maybe your way of creating positive flow in your life could be creating a schedule or a new routine or adding certain things into your current routine. You know, one of my favorite parts of my routine is waking up early before my day even gets started. Maybe you have to wake up before everyone else in your house, whatever you have to do, just for some you time. And I like to sit on the porch, I'll open my journal, and I'll immediately write whatever I'm feeling right then and there as I woke up. You know, what's on my mind? How am I feeling? What am I thinking? Why am I thinking this way? Then I'll read a devotional. I'll read some of my Bible and then kind of listen. I'll listen to what my mind is thinking after I read what I read. I'll pray and then listen to hear what, like, all right, God, what are you speaking to me this morning? And then I'll jot down what I believe he said to me. And then I'll do some yoga stretches to get myself ready for the day and kick off my day. That's one of my favorite parts of my routine, because I've also noticed when I slack on doing that, oh, I realize it. My life pays for it. I need that routine. For someone who deals with anxiety, I need that routine. I need to get myself together before I present myself to the world. Because if I don't, I give the world permission to do whatever it wants to me that day. You know, and that time that I spend with myself, that time that I spend writing, that time that I spend journaling, that time that I spend with God, that's me pretty much strengthening myself for that day. That's me giving myself my superpowers for that day. And when I slack on it, oh my God, the world like beats me up some weeks, guys. Like, just to be completely honest, like when I slack, I feel it. You know, so one of the best ways that I've scaled in my life, one of the best action steps that I've taken is giving myself time in the morning before I start and before I walk out into the world. Before the world decides to throw what they want at me, I make sure that I give myself my superpower for that day and strengthen myself up. You know, so that's, you know, a routine, a part of my routine that I like, that helps me scale my life. Maybe, again, like I said, that's having dinner. Maybe that action step is like, you know what? Text your family, put your family together, saying, hey, we're having dinner every night, 7 o'clock at the table together. I want to hear what's going on with everybody. How was your day? You know, telling some jokes or whatever, strengthening that family bond, helping each other get through this, you know, really hard time together. Spend time with your money. Have some money dates. Maybe that's once a week, twice a week, every day, whatever you need to be able to see where your money's going, where you can adjust, how you can better do things. I don't care if you adjust your money and say, you know what, I got $5 every 2 weeks I can start saving. And some of you may look and say, yo, I got $50, $100 that I could be saving every 2 weeks. Whatever that is, spend some time with your money to really figure out, okay, my ultimate goal is this. This is the ultimate goal of my life. This is the direction that I want to be in. So these are some decisions that I need to make with my money today that'll help me then. For example, I'm an investor. I invest in the stock market. I invest in other people. I also am a real estate investor. So there are things that I am investing in now that will bear fruit 17 years from now. There are things that I'm investing in now specifically for what it will do for me later. You know, so I had this ultimate goal, this ultimate vision, this direction that I'm going, and I'm clear on what I'm doing. I'm clear on the decisions and investments that I'm making today. I'm clear with how I want them to work years and years from now. So what I do now directly aids to that ultimate vision and goal becoming a reality. You know, so get physical. Maybe one of your action steps is I got to get moving. Because by us getting up, by us being active, whether that's running, going outside, playing with your kids, you know, going for a walk, whatever it is, doing some yoga, doing some workouts, whatever that thing is, going to a cycling class, going swimming, do something that gets your body moving. Because one thing about stress, depression, anxiety, they love you just sitting around. They love you sitting around with your thoughts. They love you just hanging out on a couch all day, not wanting to go nowhere, not wanting to do anything. They love that because that's where everything festers and boils up. And that's where that big balloon blows up. And then one day it pops and everything just explodes on you. Get active, get moving, you know. Also, maybe an action step that you can take, which you may have falling into doubt. You may have falling into realizing that, like, you know what the heck? I don't have much to offer. Like, maybe this pandemic has really brought like this dark cloud over you where you can't understand what the heck you have to give to this world. So maybe an action step of yours is just simply dreaming and taking some small steps. Dream again. Guys, dream again. Life ain't over. Your life isn't over. You're still kicking. You're still breathing. You're still walking, which means you can still dream and you can still take small action steps, okay? One small action step you can take towards your dream is research and development. Research and development is free. Pick up that phone that you're scrolling all day and research that idea. Research the industry. What is it like being a business coach? What does it take to be a business coach? What does it take to start a salon? What's it take to start a nonprofit? Do some research. Research some competitors. Research some companies that's doing exactly what you want to do and doing it really great, and read about their story. Read books. Go do some research. Those are small steps that you can take, but guess what? You're planting small seeds and watering that will bloom into something later. I love tulips. I planted tulips a couple years ago, September, and you have to plant them by a certain time. You have to plant them around like September, right before it starts to get really cold outside. You have to plant them, but guess what? They don't bloom until April. So I'm planting, you're watering in, and they're going through the frost, the snow, the winter, but they actually don't bloom until April. So what little seeds can you plant now? Just think about freaking COVID. One small tiny bacteria shook the entire world and shut us down. So what small little seeds can you plant in your life now and start to water that will start to shake your life up in a good way? All right? So I want you to think about what action steps are you going to take. So remember, you became clear on your destination, not someone else's. You became clear on your destination and your vision and the direction that you want to go into. Then you started to really get innovative and creative with that strategy on how you want to attack this thing. And then bam, 3, you're like, here, these are the action steps that I'm going to take, and I'm going to take action on it. All right, so I want you guys to be clear and start scaling your life. It's only 3 things you got to do. Only 3 things you got to do. So I'm hoping that you do all 3 of those, or maybe it's just time for you to focus on one. But guys, I want you to start really understanding how you can scale your life. Maybe it's not time for you to start the business right now because you got to get yourself together. That's okay. That's all right. And if I could be honest, this last month has been very trying for me. It's been very trying because just dealing with overwhelm and working from home, and I have a 2-year-old. We have a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, so also having them in the home too. Dad has to go to work. So I'm trying to make sure that I'm being there for the kids, nurturing the kids, but still being still doing my job, still attending to clients. It could be a lot. And this past month just got me to a point that I was just over it all. I'm like, whatever. I just had like a whatever attitude. I felt drained, and I had to build myself up out of it. And I had to do exactly what I was talking to you guys about today. I had to look at my life expenses and say, you know what? This is what's going on with me right now. I feel overwhelmed. My anxiety is having fun right now in my life. And then I had to evaluate, like, why? Why do I feel this way? Why is this going on? Because these things were going on right now, it was hard for me to really have joy. It was hard for me to really have peace. I was really all over the place and like not really focused. I wasn't the best in my productivity. Like I was just off. So I was like, you know what? Something's got to give. So I needed to lower those life expenses so that way I can continue to experience the positive flow of joy, the positive flow of focus and clarity and direction. So I can continue this thing, because I don't need it just for me. I need it for my kids. I need it for my relationship. I need it for my home, for my family, and for the people that I serve. So remember, the way that you scale your life and the actions that you take are not only for you, but it's for everyone attached to you. And when scaling your life, guys, the major key to scaling your life is efficiency. And during this time of unpredictability, stress, worry, and so much more, efficiency is what we all need. I don't care if you're battling with the fact that you lost your job, or you're stressed over just when is this all going to be over, or you're emotionally burdened by just the prejudice and the racial injustice that's going on in this world. Efficiency is what we need. We do. It reduces anxiety, stress, overwhelm, and it increases things such as joy, focus, faith, direction, clarity. We need to start doing life in an efficient manner. We need to start doing things in a way that we can handle them right now. But we also need to look at the bigger picture and start figuring out, what are some ways that I can get there without stressing myself out? What are ways or things that I could start doing now that will get me to my ultimate goal, but also won't stress me out or overwhelm me or burden me down or negatively impact myself or my family? What efficient ways can I get things done? Because there are efficient ways that you can get life done, you know? So efficiency is key. Efficiency is key. This is not the time to be spending all your money. Be efficient. Do what you need to do. You know, efficiency is the major key to scaling your life. Whether you're scaling your life, whether you're scaling your business, the whole purpose is to do it in an effective way that brings results. All right? So, we need that first. I need you guys to take care of yourself. We all need to take care of ourselves, but we have your back. We want to be there to support you if you don't really know what to do. If you don't know how to do certain things, like, we want to be here for you. We want to help you get through this. We want to help you get to a better space in your life. You know, we want you to be able to say, you know what? This is the bigger goal. This is the bigger picture for my life, for my family. This is how I want to get there, and then feel the confidence to take that action to actually get there. All right? So Dreams the Founder is here to support you. We are here to have your back. We want to help you scale your life. We want to help you tap into that innate power within you that Cat Bird was discussing. We want to help you, and we are here for you. Okay, so we will also be keeping you accountable. So if you are on our email list, if not, please sign up via the link below. We will be reaching out and we will be asking, what's up? How you doing? What's going on? What do you need help with? What life expense bucket is really full and overflowing, and you need us to help you really evaluate them and figure out some things that you can do to start minimizing your life expenses and increasing those life revenues and having more joy flow, getting more clarity, getting more direction, getting more peace. You know, so we are here for you. And another way that we are really going to help you along this way is that we have decided to have monthly life groups. And these monthly life groups are free, but it's just an intimate space where certified life coaches and other guests will come into this space to help you gain clarity and direction on some life expenses that's going on right now. We'll help you push through right now. You know, we'll give you the intimate space in this life group to be able to say, hey, this is what's going on right now. This is where I'm struggling. You know, I can't get past this point. I can't shake this feeling. You know, I want to progress. I'm stuck right here, but I want to move forward. You know, we're creating these intimate life groups to be able to create a support system for each other and for us to keep moving. And you never know, by sharing your story, by sharing what you're struggling with right now, you will empower someone else to open up. You will empower someone else to push through too. So that's just another way that Dreams to Founder will be helping our community scale their lives. This is how Dreams to Founder will be creating more and more spaces for you to push through and get through. Thank you guys. Hey guys, how did you enjoy that? I really, really hope that you guys were able to gain something from the webinar. Everything may not have been for you. Everything may not have been tailored to your situation or what you are going through. But I hope that you were able to take a little something or a lot of something away from our webinar today. Cat Bird is an amazing empowerment coach, and I love what I do. You know, the Dreams to Founder Board of Directors in our community will continuously be figuring out what the heck can we do to help you guys, no matter what the world throws us. Last year was a normal year for the whole world. And we were figuring out, like, look guys, this is what people in the world are struggling with or figuring out that they need. This is what we're gonna do. COVID hit, a pandemic hit. The organization was like, look, this is what our community is now dealing with. This is how we're going to help them. So we listen to what you guys say. We listen to your struggles. Don't be afraid to voice them to us. And we are doing our best to be able to attend to you guys. You know, this summer alone, through the pandemic, We have been able to put groceries in people's homes. We have been able to offer free life coaching to help people scale their lives, to help people minimize the life expenses of anxiety and stress, but instead generate better flow of joy and peace and contentment and clarity and direction in their life. We have been able to help people dream again and figure out, even in this unpredictable time, what are things that I can be doing right now that will help me stay focused and clear on my destination for my life. So we've really been able to serve so many people and hear so many stories and give so much of everything that we have to them, and we will continuously be able to do that and continuously do that with your support and your help, and with the help of our board of directors and the guidance of our board of directors, with our volunteers, with our life coaches, and the different guests that continue to pour into our organization. We're here to support. We are solely in business as this nonprofit to help you get better in the areas of entrepreneurship, life coaching, as well as professional development. That's what we're here for. So we're here for you. So I hope that you were able to get something out of this webinar. And again, if you gained something from this, please share it with someone else. Share this webinar, share the link, send them to our website, and let someone else pick up and gain something just like you did. And if you also got something from this webinar, please feel free to donate below. You can donate. There's a link below. You can donate $1, $5, $10, $20, or $1,000. Whatever you feel led to donate. You can donate one time. You can donate every month, every quarter, or every year. Our donors do receive an outline of their donations at the end of the year, because we are a 501c3 organization. So we like to let you know what you donated along with our tax ID number, so that way you will be able to write off your donations at the end of the year, because we are a tax deductible organization. So again, guys, I thank you for joining us today. Share this webinar. I want you to sit with everything that you've learned. If you have to go back and rewatch this, pause, rewind, take notes, do what you have to do. This webinar will stay on our website. It will also be on our YouTube channel. So again, visit this as many times as you need to through whatever season you are at in your life. Share this with other people. Be encouraged to push forward, continue to scale your life, but more importantly, don't forget who you are. Don't forget what you're capable of, and don't forget how awesome and powerful you are. You were born with a sense of power that can change people's lives and change situations in this world. So it's time for you to tap into it, because we need you. We need you. We need the juice that you have. So I hope you guys enjoyed this webinar and got something amazing from it. On behalf of myself, the founder of Dreams to Founder, as well as our board of directors, we thank you guys, and we hope that we have presented you with something that you can implement, be encouraged, challenge, and take action on. Thank you guys.